In yesterday's session, if you were a part of it, right, and you guys can find the recording inside of the classroom. I haven't uploaded it yet, so you will see it there. But this is day 2 of a 3-day challenge where essentially what our plan is to find a property, right? We're going to build and prospect first. So I'm going to show you guys some of the lists that I like to go after. If y'all haven't downloaded Deal Machine, make sure you check the link inside of the description. If any of you guys have the affiliate link that you can drop while we're on this call, put it inside of the comment section of the Zoom call, please, because there's special things that come with that link. You get a 7-day free trial period. You get a chance to use the dialer. They give you free dialer credits, I believe about like an hour's worth of calling, which is really good. And then you also get mailing credits. So it's about like $50 worth of value in that thing. And on top of that, if you're a part of this, I've been tasked with giving away a year worth subscription for Deal Machine to one of you guys. All right. Now, the only way that you guys are going to be able to get this is if you registered and that you opted in and that you're a part of the community. I plan on putting everybody that is part of these calls. I have the whole attendee list on a Wheel of Fortune on day 3, and I'm going to press the button. Whoever it lands on gets a year for free with Deal Machine, and then I'm giving away 2 years for free with this community. So that means you guys are going to be able to have the elite level of being in here, which unlocks all of the courses for you. Now, that's only for people that are present on these calls. This isn't for the entire group. As you guys log into Zoom, in the background of all of this, I see who's here. Okay. And so, just so y'all know, I got everybody's names already that's a part of these calls. When I do the Wheel of Fortune thing, there's going to be 3 lucky winners for this task. So, yesterday, what my primary focus was finding distressed real estate. Okay. So, like prospecting is a lot of things, but there's one thing that it's not. I feel like as I get older into the game, you know what I mean? And I start meeting a lot of people that are doing this business. Everybody does blanket marketing. I can't stand it, to be honest, because it takes you so long to get to somebody who is supposedly wanting to sell their property. And that's just not how you do it. Let me tell you guys something. And this is like an economic problem that people have in this industry. Okay. They say this, well, cute, how am I supposed to find real estate deals during a recession? Or Q, how am I supposed to flip a property when interest rates are so high? This is the reality, and I'm just gonna tell it to you guys straight. Y'all aren't looking in the right places. I don't care whether or not the market's upside down, backwards, frontwards. If the market's doggy style in itself right now, I don't care what position the market is in. If somebody had to sell a property yesterday, they still got to sell the property the next day. That's the reality. And so our goal here is to find the problem. Guys, and I've talked about this before in my videos, right? What's the freaking formula? What do? We find problem, we solve problem, we get paid. That's it. We find a problem, we solve a problem, we get paid. And so I want you guys to get it out of your mind that real estate is just about finding good leads. It's not. It's about finding good problems. The bigger the problem, the bigger the check, which is what the cheat code is about, right? And so the cheat code is essentially utilizing county records so that you can formulate a stacked lead that has multiple debilitating things against it, where the seller is inclined to give you this property at 20 to 15, sometimes even free cents on the dollar. Guys, I've had properties that I've gotten doing this strategy for free. There's no cap in my game when I say that. For free. A lady gave me her house. I'm going to say it again, for free. Okay. Now I had to solve a level 10 problem. The reality is that she would have ended up having to pay and she would have lost money. And I made it sure that she didn't lose anything and she got everything that she wanted. And again, it wasn't in the form of money, it was in the form of value. People have no idea what a distressed real estate lead is. A distressed real estate lead isn't just somebody that you talk to that says they want to fucking sell their house. I could tell you guys if you called me right now that I want to sell my house. Does that make me distressed? Anybody can want to sell. What we're looking for are the people who need to sell. That's the differential factor between whether or not you're going to be successful in this business or you're going to crash and burn like 90% of the people got wiped out when interest rates rise. Guys, the reason I've been able to sustain myself so long is because I focus on finding level 10 problems. Level 10 problems gets you those properties that are 15, 10, 20 cents on the dollar. And each time I do one of these deals, it may take me 3 months to clear title, remove judgments, remove liens, get rid of any type of airship issues. But when I'm done, there's like a $50 to $100,000 check on the other side. We've become so accustomed in this industry to finding so many properties at volume and getting paid less that we're actually shooting ourselves in the foot when we could be getting paid more for just doing a little bit more. meaning like we're like trying to find problems here, real ones. All right. So that's what the cheat code is. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. Yesterday, when I pulled a list, I didn't do anything crazy, man. All I did was stack motivation indicators together that would create a distressed property lead. And what does that look like? What does that look like? I'm going to reiterate on it today for my people that weren't in the call yesterday. For some of y'all, this is your first call with me today. I really appreciate you guys being here right now. I'm throwing out just for the weekend a free trial to be here. So, like, as soon as that free trial is up, you got to pay. If you don't pay, you get kicked the same day. All right. So I really hope that all of you guys that are here, that you're here for longer than just a free trial. Okay. And again, I locked everything. All you're getting are these live calls and a couple of things. So if you guys, I think I got a message from my friend Daniel this morning, was trying to upgrade to annual and he realized that the option wasn't there. Some of you people, man, and again, I'm not talking trash about all of you, but I gave out the free trial. For some reason, it bled into the annual. And when you do the free trial for the annual, it unlocked everything. I don't want anybody to have everything for free here. I'm sorry. But guys, I'm a firm believer. And I've told this to my son because my son's like, Dad, am I going to have a big car? Am I going to have a big truck? Am I going to have a boat and a lake house and all these things when I grow older? And I told him exactly the same thing that I'm going to tell you guys. I don't hand out nothing. When you get older, my son, you're going to be your own man and you're going to find your own way. I will guide you because as a father, I will tell you right from wrong. And based on the mistakes that I have made in my life, will dictate whether or not you learn from my mistakes. And I said, only a fool learns from his own mistakes. You already have a father who's made all of them. I've made the worst mistakes. I've lost my family. I've lost my wife. I've been broken up before. I've gone through a divorce. Dude, I've lost my house. I've done a $23 million bankruptcy before, y'all. I built a company to a point where it was making almost $500,000 a day in passive income. And I rode that wave for like 3 months. And so I'm telling you guys this because so many people that join these programs, you get a mentor that just flexes about all the great things that they've done. I'm not that kind of guy, dude. I've lost it all plenty of times. God giveth, God taketh away, and you learn this in the book of Job. It don't matter how fair or unfair God's favor is. When God says that it's for you, then you have to go through those lessons and those tribulations. That's the reality of it. All right. And so I'm showing you guys what I've done and the mistakes that I've made in hopes that you learn from those mistakes and not from your own. That's what you're paying me for. So you don't mess up in business and you can keep going. All right. So again, everything in life that is worth having is something that you've worked hard for, not something that you can just get for free, like a free trial and access to this community. I don't care who you are and how long you've known me or how long you've supported me. There's some people here that are more invested in you. That's the reality. Okay. And if you want to get somewhere in life, you got to be more invested. How you expect to ever invest in real estate if you're afraid to invest in yourself? Guys, if I don't care if you put me on the clock, I'm betting on me every single time, right? And so be okay with investing in you. And as you progress in life, then you can start buying real estate. Then you can start investing in other things. All right. But the biggest asset that any of you guys will ever invest in right from the get go, from the beginning, is always going to be yourself. You are the passive income machine. So don't be afraid to invest in you. It's one of the most valuable things that I ever did, and I slept on it for so long. There were so many debilitating things at the beginning of my journey that held me back. And so, like I told my son, all right, you're going to work hard for everything that you want in this world, and I will just guide you. I ain't leaving him nothing. And I know that might sound like a selfish thing. Most of you guys would want to put your kid on a pedestal. That's not me, man. I worked hard for what I'm at. I don't come from a rich family. A rich family comes from me. And that's the thing. All right. And so we set that premise for ourselves. Now, again, I want to reiterate on a concept here. We talked about find problem, solve problem, get paid, right? So then what does that look like? Yesterday, what we were doing is we were operating inside of a platform called Deal Machine. And Deal Machine, for you guys that don't know, is essentially, it used to just be a driving for dollars app. And guys, it's so much more than that now. You can literally like you can find leads in here, you can stack data, you can pull out distressed properties this way. There's like a million ways to do real estate deals inside of one platform now. And if I'm being real, I'm just going to tell you guys, this is like the all-in-one end-all be-all software that I think that anybody who jumps into this game should invest in. Anybody that jumps into this game. All right. So I dropped the link inside of the Zoom call here for all of you guys that are here. This is part of this challenge. Everybody that is in this thing that wants to try it for a year for free, that wants the 2-year membership in the group, you got to hit this link to opt into this challenge because I see it. All right. And the only people that are going to get this deal are the people that have signed up for that free trial. So hit that link, sign up. It's free. If you don't want to pay for it, then just cancel it after 7 days, dude. I don't know, but it's something that works for me. Okay. And Deal Machine is a great platform, especially if you guys are in the field. I feel like a lot of people, they sleep on the opportunities that are literally just at your doorstep, driving down the block. Don't be that guy that sleeps on those things. Okay. A real estate deal can be found in the streets easier than sometimes it can be found online. And just kind of getting out of your car and knocking on doors and kind of asking some questions. Those have been some of the things that have just been a game changer for me. All right. And so, guys, in today's session, I'm going to reiterate on what we went over last night and just creating a high probability lead. And I'm going to do a different type of list today. You guys can watch the replay for what we did last night. I threw it out on YouTube last night for free. This challenge part is open to the whole public inside of the group. There are some other things that are for y'all, like resources and tools. There's a transcript of the entire call so that there's like steps, directions, everything. I'm not doing that, but everything else is on YouTube. So I uploaded the replay last night on my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go over there and check it out. And if you haven't, I don't know why that I haven't really dropped this in here, but y'all are horrible. What's up, everyone? Welcome. If y'all don't. So I'm going to hold everybody here accountable. I want all of y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've been building out the YouTube channel for like, man, I think it's been since 2017. Yeah, man. It's crazy. I've met a lot of you guys through it. Dang, my friend Kelly's jumping in. That's what's up. Okay, so subscribe. Subscribe. There's a lot of game that's in there that I'm throwing out that's free on YouTube, and then there's a bunch of stuff that's paid inside of the group. Okay, so just you can literally just be on both at all times, and I go live on both platforms pretty often. Right now, man, I've been doing the real estate business full time, so I want to come back in here, and what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna log into Deal Machine, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna create like a list, a new one. Now, today's thing is going to be all about marketing. All right. So, like, my goal here is that you guys mirror what I'm doing and we begin marketing. So, I want to filter through this. So, if this is brand new for you, Deal Machine's a lead gen platform. It's more than that now. Like, you can use it to drive for dollars. You can use this to pull distressed property leads. You can build your own list straight from the platform. And one of the things that I feel that is beneficial, if this is your first time getting into this business, let me tell you something. Skip tracing will kill you because it is so expensive. With Deal Machine, every record has a phone number. Every record literally comes with a phone number. Look at that. So I don't even know what the hell this is or what kind of property that is. But what I'm saying is that every single record has a phone number. And so you can come in and build out a high probability list. So I'm just going to run my county real fast and I'm going to show you guys another cool little list that you can pull. Yesterday, I did a video where all I did was prospecting and we pulled out like 3 different versions of lists. One that was blanket, one that was like super niche, and then one that was like mid niche. On this one, I'm going to create a distressed niche. All right. And what does that look like exactly? Let me show y'all. So we're in Bear County, right? I'm going to select first the type of properties that I'm looking for. Single family homes. I want them to be priced, let's say at a minimum of $100,000 and then maximum we'll say 500 grand. Bed to bathroom ratio over 2, over 1. I like plus plus, so anything that's over that is fine with me. I don't really buy 1-1s. I can't say that they're valuable here in San Antonio. And so I want to do first an exemption in taxes. We're going to call this senior. So I want properties that are owned by old individuals. These are senior owners. What I'm looking for is the guy who's wanting to downgrade. And why is he trying to downgrade? Well, let me just kind of go over this real fast. At the age of 65, what can you can typically count on happens to your body? No matter what, and this is sad, but it's the reality of who we are, is that age is a demon that you and I will never be able to beat, okay? Doesn't matter how much plastic surgery that we get, our health will eventually internally decline. As beautiful as we are on the outside, eventually these things fade away. So again, this is what the reality is that a lot of people that are over the age of 65 own a bunch of properties and they're here in San Antonio, Texas, some of them being military. So I want to kind of figure something out here, right? Let's go to more and let's do something. I want to look for exemptions and taxes. So let's see if they have that. If not, let's go even further. Let's say foreclosure information, rehab and repairs, lien information, first mortgages, third mortgages. Let's do property characteristics and see what we can find. Construction type, building style. Let's go even for 2. Let's do this. I want houses that are 2 stories. That's beautiful. We'll use this as a filter. I'll confirm this one. Let me get rid of the property type. Where'd that go? Okay, we'll exit out of there. So now we have properties that are owned by senior owners that are 2 stories or more. Let's go more in depth into that. I want to go back to property characteristics to see what else we can find. So obviously, 2 stories is an ideal for somebody who's over the age of 65. They have to keep going upstairs and downstairs, right? Let's see if we can find something else. Land information, tax information. There we go. Tax year, tax amount, total is tax assessed, total tax market value, tax improve. Hmm. Let's see. Tax delinquent? No, I don't care about the taxes today. I'm building a list, by the way, so I'm just having fun. Guys, there's no right or wrong way to do this. What we're doing right now is creating a situation or a scenario. Look how crazy you can get into this, though. I was thinking that maybe I could find what I was looking for in tax info, but I don't think that's the case here. So let's go back up. Let's do owner type. I don't care. I don't really want them to be owned by corporate. So I'm gonna say corporate owned no. I want them to be owned by just like a normal person. And so all mortgages, let's take a look. Number of mortgages, 2 is greater than 2. Look at that. Okay, why is this powerful, y'all? Like, why is this powerful? Let's do it even further. Does it pull out that filter for disabled? How about veteran? No? Okay. Guys, I am going so hard. Like, you have no idea. Like, I'm really looking for something here. Okay. And so let's take a look. Lien information. Active lien is fine. Yep. Second mortgage is fine. Third, fourth, HOA info. Part of an HOA. Yes. I think I may have niched down like so hard. That's it. Okay, so what am I doing here? What is this situation or scenario? How about this? One of you guys unmute yourself and tell me what I'm looking at. What would be a distressed situation here? I'm creating a situation, mind you. There's no right or wrong answer. So I want to kind of hear it from you what you guys think that I'm doing right now. What is this? What is this list and why is it powerful?
Stacking on the probability this person's in hardship and then you want to sell and they're going to sell it to you.
Correct, Heather. That's a good one. But why?
Looks like old age. They've got 2 properties.
Try
Um,
foreclosure.
yeah, foreclosure. Got lots of
Almost.
scenarios that would create some hardship and some.
Almost. You guys almost got it. You like really. So this is what I want to identify a few things here. Anybody else? Cedric, what do you think I'm looking at? Jose, if you're here, or Adolfo, what do you think I'm looking at?
You're
Their
looking
income.
for owners that may be getting so old that they can't walk up the stairs and stuff like that, that they need to get a smaller house that they can move around in.
Exactly. That's one. You guys got it. That's a great one. What's the second one? How
They
come
need money.
in here, what did we do, right? We added a filter and one of them was a number of mortgages. Y'all see this? Why would somebody be over the age of 65 and have 2 liens against their property that are in the form of mortgages? What do you think they're pulling out money to do?
Maybe pay bills. They're like health.
Exactly. Exactly. These are indicators here. So again, all I did today was create a niche list of people that are over the age of 65. So I know that health is immediately a factor, right? They live in a single family home that's valued between $100,000 and $500,000, right? These properties have more than 2 bedrooms and 1 bathrooms. These are 2 story houses. They aren't owned by an LLC, so I know that the deeds haven't been transferred yet. And for whatever reason, they still owe money on their houses and they live in a neighborhood that requires an HOA. So why is the HOA thing powerful? Do you guys see senior owners with health declining issues that essentially own properties that are bigger than what they need and they may be hard to keep up with? So it could be that second layer of debt, that second mortgage, that second debt
Okay.
piece, whatever that is, that could be a lien against the property. and it's not a mortgage, but this thing's picking it up as a mortgage. Either that or they're pulling money out because they have to pay for something, heart surgery, health, anything that you can think of. That is a debilitating issue. So we're looking at the number of mortgages. Guys, let me tell y'all something. This is a list ain't nobody going after that you can replicate in literally any market, and it's only 110 records. That's it. And so then the reality is now I just have to set myself up with plan B, which is how I'm going to go about marketing myself and staying consistent so that as I begin finding real estate properties and real estate opportunities, I'm not just folding at the idea of me just finding one and then moving on to the next. Guys, like this is a crazy niche down list and it's not huge. I can market to this 3 times over in one day and find somebody who could possibly be interested in selling their house. You really don't know until you reach out. And that's what this is about. And so at this point, guys, we need to set the premise for what it is that we're trying to do today. All right. Now, I love marketing, I really do. But for me, I like marketing for a consistent amount of time. Okay. And so I want to kind of like give you guys the playbook today on what marketing looks like and what you should expect from yourself. Okay. And so I think that like for a lot of people, and this is just me talking from experience. Okay. Like I love going to the gym. So I reference fitness a lot. It's something that I've been doing for a while. And as I've lost over 200 pounds over the last 5 years that I've been dedicated, there was a much more fluffier version of me sitting before you guys 5 years ago today. Okay. And so with that being said, I knew that as when I started going, I really didn't have a plan. Like I knew I wanted to lose a lot of weight, but I didn't really like have a plan. My goal was to just be consistent and that was it. And so like I would just go and I would just try to do the machines. Then I realized that I was so damn fat, there were certain machines that I couldn't fit in. So I just started doing what I felt that I could do, and I'd put on boxing gloves and I'd jump rope. I actually fell in love with jump roping. I have like 4 years documented content of me jump roping, just deflating the entire time. Guys, I know this might be crazy for y'all to know, but I can jump like the wind blows. Okay. So, like, jump roping is insane. If you've never seen a dude who's still 220, 230 pounds jump rope before at like maximum speed, I will run circles around Floyd Mayweather when it comes to jump roping. I'm insane at it. I've been doing this for a while. DeAndre as my witness. I'm a pretty damn good fire spinner. And that's where the love for jump roping came from, okay? But like legitimately, me and DeAndre used to go to nightclubs together back in the day, and I was a fire performer and DeAndre was a DJ. So we would always be collaborating in the background. He would be the guy playing the music. I'd be the dude spinning the fire. And if you look at his camera right there, he still has his fire too. So like, yeah, man, it's cool, but that's called fire poi. So, that's where the love of that came from. Now, as I started getting into the gym and progressing through my journey, I realized that I really didn't have like a dedicated plan of what it was that I was going to do when I went to the gym. So, thus meaning that my gym sessions were unintentional, right? And what does that look like, y'all? What am I even saying that for? Unintentional meaning what? Unintentional, like I really didn't have a direction when I went to the gym. And you need one. You need one. Otherwise, your workout is less meaningful. And what does that mean? All right. So like when you set a regimen for yourself, essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to be time blocking for this specific period. Now, guys, some of y'all have a 9 to 5 still. Some of you guys are Uber Eats, driving, door dashing. You're figuring out a way to pay your bills while affording to be here. Respect to you guys. My hat's off to y'all for wanting to invest into yourself, right? Inside of the group, and I'm going to highlight the community real fast. There's a book that's here that helped me out so much. Now, if this is your first time being inside of the cheat code, I'm going to show you guys something that's really cool. It's inside of the resource vault. To get this, you have to unlock it. You'll be at level 3 to do so, okay? You do that by engaging, commenting, posting, putting out content resources, right? So like throw it in there. In this thing here where it's called Books the Holy Grail, I put a zip folder here of every single book that you can think of that has helped me make a lot of money in this business. One of the books that I love to read, and it's such a short book, guys, it's 70 pages long. And this is coming from a dude who literally hates, if you can mute this person, this is coming from a dude who literally hates reading. All right. It was so valuable to me that at the beginning of our sessions, I did a full blown post about it. Okay. And the book's called Eat That Frog. And so just search that and you will find this. If you have a 9 to 5, read this, okay? And this book helped me get a structured idea of how I would tackle the gym, because after a while I realized that I went with no direction. I just go 5 days a week doing full body. You can't work out that way. You have to separate your muscles into body parts. And if you don't do this and you don't have a specific regiment, you will be burned out by the time you get to day 3, day 4 in the gym, because you're doing everything with your whole body. Guys, I sanction off my workouts. Mondays I do legs. The hardest thing I do first. So again, I want to go over this. All right, let me talk about this. Inside of the resource vault in the Holy Grail, there's a book that's called Eat That Frog. Attached is a summary, and it's a book that's written by a gentleman named Brian Tracy, and it's about productivity. It's a classic, and it's short, 70 pages long. So again, identify your frogs. If you have 2 frogs, you eat the ugliest one first. So again, the technique in this is start by listing every single task that you have throughout the day. Identify the most critical ones, the high impact ones, the ones that you're most invested in, right? And then you use the 80-20 rule. Determine which 20% of tasks will produce 80% of the results. These are your frogs. And so if God told you that every single day, Heather, before the day was over, that you had to eat 5 live toads, what time of the day would you eat the ugliest ones? Right in the morning, right? Get it out of the way. I'm not going to wait to the end of my day to eat an ugly ass toad that tastes like crap. That's not me. I'm going to eat the ugliest one first. I'm going to gulp it down with some Kool-Aid. And so, guys, there's an A, B, C, D, E method. What does that look like? A is critical, B is important, C is nice to do, but not urgent, D is delegate, meaning that you should delegate this. Okay, so you delegate it, and then E is to eliminate it completely because it doesn't add on to you. So the technique is to reserve separate time blocks from A to B to C tasks. So for example, what are my level A critical tasks? I'm gonna perform these tasks between 8 and 10 a.m. For me, guys, it's intermediate fasting. When I wake up, I don't eat until a specific time. It's jugging a gallon of water. I try to get through half of it before I even get to noon. I read 15 pages of a book. I dive into my Bible. I listen to a sermon from my pastor, and I make it a priority to read 15 pages of a personal development book while also listening to a podcast. And I'm cleaning myself up while I'm doing all of this. So, like, legitimately, those are things that I put off that are detrimental to my mental health and continuing what I do at a high level. Guys, I listened to what is it called? It's called damn it, I was listening to it this morning. Damn it. The Power of One More by Ed Milet. And it's a badass book, man. If you guys don't know who Ed Milet is, if you're gonna listen to a podcast, everything that he talks about is amazing, and he has a very warm voice. And I think that all of you guys will appreciate it. A lot of people that podcast, sometimes they just don't have the voice for it. When you listen to Ed talk, it's like he pulls at your heartstrings. The dude is so inspirational. Highly recommend that you guys listen to Ed Milet's podcast. It's free 99 on the internet. And so I listen to that in the morning, right? But like in the book, he's talking about the power of one more, and he separates his days and sanctions them off into a regiment. So he does things at specific time frames during the day, similar to what this Eat That Frog concept is, right? And so, guys, like as I've been doing this and progressing, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just throw my whole schedule into ChatGPT and have it create a regimen for me. So let me give you an idea. Yesterday, I met with a new member. His name is V, okay? And V is a super cool dude. I wanted to help him out by creating a success plan. So he currently has a job and he's running funnels for a marketing and sales team. He builds out Go High Level builds for clients. So I don't know if you guys know what Go High Level is, but it's a CRM. So he wants to put full focus on his wholesaling real estate business. How many of you guys are like V? You want to put your full focus on your real estate business? I am. Drop a 1 in the comments if that's you, right? And so we have a 12-month success plan that he wanted to draw out. We started with the end in mind. So you prompt ChatGPT by starting with the end in mind. First, you go over your personality. You let it know who you are, what your time frames are, what your schedule looks like, and then you start with the end in mind, and then you create the timeline. Guys, the timeline is everything, okay? And there's a beautiful book. It's free. And I feel like a lot of people just sleep on it, but just type in Think and Grow Rich into the internet. And then there's a free version of it on a company called Oracle. There it is. So boom, Oracle. You don't even have to click or opt into anything, and you get the full book for free. Now, if you were to go into this page here, there's an outline for anything that it is that you desire. And it's in chapter 2, which formulates the idea of what it is that you want. The bleeding force behind a human achieving great things in life starts with one powerful, compassionate emotion, and it is called desire. And desire is something that we all have. We just don't know how to use it correctly. So then what happens? We desire to have crappy food, so we go after it. We desire to have, pornography in our life, so we watch it. We desire to masturbate, so we do that, right? And desire is the transmutation of sometimes evil thoughts and evil characteristics and evil mannerisms that you've developed throughout the years that you've succumbed to. It could be alcohol, it could be marijuana, it could be cocaine, it could be a lot of things for a lot of you guys, right? So again, the book is about formulating desires and that very powerful emotion, which is a lot of us living in the flesh. So when we live in the flesh, what is it? We are completely vulnerable because we are not without sin. We are vulnerable to evil things entering our minds and then us indulging in them. A lot of those things are depression. A lot of those things are anxiety. It says this in Timothy chapter 2 in the Bible, that when the soul lives within the Holy Spirit, or when the Holy Spirit lives within the soul, that man shall not have anxiety, depression, anxiousness, lack of self-worth, or doubt. They just know and believe that they can accomplish great things. And so because we are not perfect, because the one who was perfect we ended up killing, we still live in sin. He laid our sins on a cross when he died. That's the reality. So you've been forgiven. The idea that any of you guys should be still having anxiety or depression or self-doubt or lack of self-worth comes from the idea that you have not found yourself and you have not found the inner work that needs to be done, aka God, aka Jesus, aka self-development, aka awakening, aka transmutation of desires in a critical way to positive actions that bleed in to everything that we're trying to do. Guys, there's a reason that you don't feel confident in this business is because you let the things and the circumstances and the stuff around you bleed into your mind. You need to figure out a way to create the blockade so that when we start doing this, guess what? We are going to be able to formulate our desire in a very productive, actionable way that most people are going to be like, okay, well, he might not see the results now, but let me tell you something, desire over time is going to get you exactly what you want. This is coming from a dude who used to sleep inside of freaking laundromats. There were times in my life where I had nowhere to go, so I slept inside of a laundromat in an apartment complex. I even stole someone else's clothes to wear and throw on my back because I had nowhere to go. When I had nowhere to bathe, I would sleep at Jack in the Box, the only job that I ever had, and I would take a bath in the freaking restroom. That's where I come from. So if me with very minimal resources would able to jump into real estate and make it happen for himself, there's absolutely no reason why you guys can't do the same thing. So what I'm trying to do for y'all in today's session is formulate a plan that can work no matter where it is that you're at, okay? And so again, what are the premises of the plan? How do you formulate desire into action? It can be found on page 31 inside of this book. The method by which desire for riches can be transmuted into its financial equivalent. So transmutation of thought, you guys might not know what that is, but it's essentially when you feed the mind with so much things about real estate, making money, business, fitness, life, everything that you can think of. When you can feed the mind these things and it's consistent, what will happen is that your brain will start showing you these things more often. And it's going to be very addictive. It's going to be very addictive because you're going to see it now. Okay. And for a lot of you guys here, how many of y'all have closed a deal already? You've done one deal, at least one. Put a one in the comments. I want to see every single person that has closed the deal drop a one. Why am I doing this? Because if they can do it, do you believe that God gave them any different of a life or any different of responsibilities or just body even that he gave them that made anything different than you? No. Heather was not given anything that I don't have. Aside from genitalia, she has what she has. I have what I have. Okay. But she's a lady, right? Any of you guys that are in there, dropping a one in the comments section. There is nothing that separates y'all from these people. They just did it in a specific way that created the transmutation of thought into reality. They fed themselves the knowledge so much that the subconscious mind went straight through the cerebral cortex, unblinded them, and now they're seeing money and opportunities as frequently as humanly possible. This is what can happen for you. So first and foremost, how do you start this? You must fix in your mind the exact amount of money that you desire. What is it? It is not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. You have to be definite as to what that amount is. And there's a psychological reason for this. It gets explained in a later chapter. Right now, guys, we're reading this in the book club Monday tomorrow, Monday on Monday at 9 a.m. I do a book club for everybody, and we're reading Think and Grow Rich in its entirety. It's a great book. I would say that if you haven't read it, you're sleeping on so much personal development. It's not even funny. This is the equivalent to the Bible of entrepreneurship. Okay, so if you're a practicing Bible reader, this is like you never reading the Bible but saying that you want to be a business owner. I'm sorry, but there are things in this book that will make you look at things differently. You won't even see your parents the same anymore. You won't even see your children the same anymore. Your brothers or sisters. Everybody's going to just look different for you. And it's not out of hate or resentment. It's out of an awakening that's literally like been holding you back this whole time. Once you have that awakening, your vibration, your frequency, everything that you are is going to be at such a high pace. You're going to be attracting the things magnetically that you truthfully deserve and want for your life. Just, it's like a cosmic divine intervention. And you'll know what I'm talking about when you're done reading it. Secondly, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money that you desire. There is no such reality as something for nothing. None whatsoever. Third, we need to set a date when you intend to possess the money. Whatever it is, what's the time frame? If you haven't done this for yourself, you need to. You need to write it down. The fourth piece is the plan. So what is the plan and how are we going to begin it? Whether we're ready or not, this is a plan that we have to put into action. And then fifth, this is the most important part here, y'all. This is the concise, you need to write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money that you intend to acquire. You need to name the time limits for its acquisition, state what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly this plan through which you intend to accumulate it. Guys, this statement should be like a page long and not typed out. Get a goddamn pen and put it on a pad. All right? Get a pen and put it on a pad. We're not going to skip the work on this one because this is valuable. You have no idea. Once you have it, you are going to read this to yourself out loud and you're going to affirm it over your life. This is the part where the mind shifts. You're going to do this twice a day. You're going to do it at night before you fall asleep and in the morning before you wake up. And I want you to see it, feel it, and believe it that is already in your possession what it is that you were trying to do. What you're doing, by the way, somebody just signed up for school. That's so dope. What you're doing right now is you're reprogramming your mind to believe that you can do something. And that's the beginning part of this. Now, guys, I use this here, this whole thing. I copy and paste the formula and I throw it into ChatGPT to create a success plan. And it's what I did for my friend V last night. Okay. So V is a crazy guy. Let me tell y'all something. V has followed a bunch of people on YouTube, and for some reason, I'm that guy that he wanted to get into the program. And when I met him, I messaged him, right? And I was like, yo, bro, how'd you find the group? He said, hey, man, I'm just letting you know, I watched one of your videos that had like 70 views, and it was the most valuable thing I found on the internet. So I said, okay. And he's like, yeah, bro, just so you know, man, I'm just going to pay for the year up front. I said, what? He's like, yeah, dude, I don't play. I want to meet you. So we get on a Zoom call together, right? He's burning the bridge to his company. He's like, I just want to let you know, bro, like you really inspired me. And based off your video, I decided to quit my fucking job. I said, what? And he's like, yeah, man, I think I've saved up enough money. I think I'm good for the whole year if I make no money. And he has his own podcast stuff. Like he does media too on the side as like a side hobby. He's burning the bridge with his company. He's already put in the time. He's like 4 weeks out from just leaving. And that's like a salary-based position. He's leaving February 10th. He's an active realtor. He actually already went through the classes. For anybody that's here, you're asking me, you're like, should I get a license or should I do this elsewhere? Get your license. Why not? You know what I'm saying? If you can get it, get it. It's honestly going to add on to you because a lot of these deals, you might not be able to close them investment-wise, but they might want to ask for retail and they're willing to sell and you can list it and then you can make the commission. What did I say? You know, he wants to do this full time and he's willing to spend 40 to 60 hours a week. I've created the time for him, right? So 12-month success plan. I got that from Napoleon in Think and Grow Rich here. The amount of money that he desires, 250,000, right? Boom. It's in the thing, right? And what did he want? He wants to do full time. He's willing to put in 40 to 60 hours. What are you willing to give to receive, right? I need daily. If you don't know what to do, this is now the point where you throw it in there. He didn't really know what to do. So I said, all right, this is what I want. I need daily tasks, weekly goals, monthly quotas. And I said, well, if you had to spend your time on anything, what would you spend your time where you feel that you would make the most money? He wants to spend his time in the field. So he wants to go to the properties, right? And so I said, all right, cool, man, let's do it. And he also wants to spend his time marketing using any tactic that you can think of. His monthly expenses are 3,300. He wants to put $2,000 a month in marketing. So my dude's done so well for himself in his 9 to 5. He threw it in this and said, you know what? We're gonna do it this way. We're gonna throw $2,000 in marketing. I asked ChatGPT, please build me a business plan around that. He really wants to hit the ground running. And so look what we did. Key goals, daily tasks, marketing and lead gen, afternoon field work, evening follow-ups, weekly goals, monthly quotas of what we want to hit, 12-month plan. In quarters, we separated each one into quarters so that by the time we get to 12 months, we can dominate. Key things that we're going to be doing here is going to be utilizing direct mail. There's going to be a budget for cold calling and direct mail. We're going to be running ads targeted, driving for dollars because he wants to be in the field, networking. So we're going to look up every single real estate investor event that we can. We're going to do digital ads, so launching more than just paid ads. Rather than social media marketing on Meta, we're going to talk about PPC using Google. JV partnerships within the group. So, I even put the school community into his regiment. So why am I showing you guys this? You see, when I first hired a personal trainer, it was just like hiring a mentor. And what was my personal trainer trying to do? He was trying to hold me accountable. Well, one of the best things that he ever did for me was sanction off my days. So rather than going full body 5 days a week and then being completely just out of it for like 3 or 4 days because I wasn't working out correctly, Monday we do legs, we do 5 different exercises, 4 sets of 15. On the last set, we'd lift until failure, okay? On Tuesdays, I do chest. On Wednesdays, I do arms. On Thursdays, I do shoulders. On Fridays, I do back. On my Saturdays, it's just basic calisthenics. You know what I'm saying? I'm just literally working out my body. I'll walk on a treadmill 45 minutes. Sundays, walk on a treadmill 45 minutes or do some type of outdoor activity. I try to stay active, And so, like, I wanted to show you guys that because before we even begin marketing, you need to be intentional. And Shivani, what the prompt is literally within Think and Grow Rich. That's it. All I did was mirror this here, the method by which desire for riches can be transmuted, and I use this as the baseline to create my plan. That's it. And then I prompt it by basing my personal life, my personal schedule, my personal monthly expenses into this. That's it. And every time I do this for someone, it's always different. I have another guy who wants to buy 12 properties before the year is over. And so, guys, I built a whole plan around him because we need to find properties for him to buy. It's my friend John. He's a one-on-one mentee. And I do this for a lot of people because you need to be able to structure something that is tangible that you can do on a repetitive basis to get you where it is that you want to go. Because we can talk about making calls and cold calling all day, which I plan on doing today, right? But the main thing here that we want to focus on is what does it look like? I don't want you guys to just hop on the dialer with no intention. If you go to the gym with no intention, you're not going to have a fulfilling workout. That's just the reality of it. All right? And so is everybody here just want to make sure that we all understand, right? What are we trying to be today? We're trying to be intentional, right? Are you guys so far from just the first 45 minutes that we've been on this call getting value from today's session? Drop a fire emoji in the comments. And I hope y'all don't mind. Unmute yourself and let me know if that was game because I think I really just delivered something for y'all. This is a message. I really appreciate it, guys. Like always, man, I got to film something for content. So it means a lot for y'all to just drop fire emojis and shit.
That was good
Message.
stuff. Thank you.
For sure. It's a message. You know what I'm saying? And it's for you guys. I've been
Yeah,
doing this
it's a good
business
one.
for a long time. This is something that I feel that a lot of mentors leave out because it's so much more than just logging in and trying to do the work. You want to come in and you want to be intentional, man. If you're not intentional, it's hard to have success here. It really is. And so just for everybody that's here, be intentional with what it is that you're trying to do when you get into this business. Too many of you guys that just say, well, do the work. Okay, well, what's pulling you to do the work? I want you to go after what's pulling you. I can push you all day, man, but I'm not your boss. You might not even listen to me. I need you to be pulled to what it is that you're trying to do, not pushed. When you're pulled, it's like you're called to do it. Okay? And anybody can do this. Coming from a dude who's literally been homeless, who's literally been divorced, who's literally lost money, millions of dollars. I can tell you guys that I'm still sustaining because of real estate. All right? And anybody here that suffers from depression, guys, You're living within the flesh. You need to find your purpose. And if this business and God has called you and put you before me, that, my friends, is by no chance. I believe in a God that does not make mistakes. So you are here for a reason. And so this message that you guys are receiving today, I want y'all to understand that this is a divine intervention for you. I am no prophet. I am not somebody who is always holy. I am a born sinner and I am imperfect and I have made some of the worst mistakes that you can think of. But I'm telling you this, by no chance did God bring us together. This right here is not a chance. This right here is divine intervention. So we're here today for a reason. All hands type amen inside of the comments if you receive that, okay? This is not by chance. This is divine intervention, okay? And we're here because we truthfully believe that we can make something happen for ourselves. For some reason, we're all in the same room together. That's what matters the most while we're here, okay? And so, guys, really appreciate y'all, man. Love you guys so much. Before I cold call, I always try to make sure that I set the prayer. So if you guys don't mind, if I pray over all of us while we begin our marketing, I'd really appreciate it if you bow your head. Again, if you're not religious, don't worry about it. I still love you and I'll pray over you the same. It's not even a big deal to me. But Father God in heaven, I pray that you bless me with the right words to say. I pray that every single phone call that I get, Lord, is a meaningful connection. God, give me strength, grant me wisdom, allow me to use the tools and gifts that you had given me to serve and to continuously impact every single person I get on a phone call with. Lord, if I am met with someone who has not seen you, who does not know you, I pray that you allow for me to use your words and guide me with the mouth that you have blessed me with to show them God through me. Lord, I pray that you just give me just massive discernment, massive favor. I pray that you allow me to take every rebuttal in your name. And I pray that you allow me to do your work on the phone calls that I'm going to be making today in front of this community. Please, Lord, I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I am a sinner. I understand that you have laid your only son on a cross to die for my sins. I take that very seriously, Lord. I want to be here. I want to be present. I want to work and I want to work through you. And Father God in heaven, I pray over the minds of every single person that is also a part of this group. I want you to prosper them, help them grow, have them connect with not just the messages that we're receiving, being in this call together, but in their own lives, with their own people, with the own things that they're trying to do, Lord, because I know that you are working within their favor. And they might not see it, Lord, and I pray that you bless them with eyes that see what it is that you are trying to do for their lives. And so, guys, I appreciate y'all being a part of this call. God, let's just do this. Let's rock this. Grant me favor and grant me wisdom, grant me discernment, be with me, work through me. I give you my life. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right. So, guys, if you receive that, amen. Love y'all so much. Okay, let's run this. Okay, let's see. I am going to begin marketing now. Now, I want to do a few different things here. Okay, now I know that you guys just saw me build that crazy list of the senior owners. Okay, this is super fun. So, it's a small list, if I'm being honest. And I would say, based on demographics here, why did I choose those records? Why did I choose those records specifically? So we're gonna open the list, right? This was the one that I built earlier. These are people that are over the age of 65. They own real estate, right? They live in a two-story home, not really advantageous, and they currently have two mortgages against their house. So that right there shows me that they're pulling out debt from their properties as possibly a reason to pay for something that's underlying issue that you and I might not be able to know. It's super niche. The probability of one of them being interested in selling, I don't know. It's kind of hard, but there's a chance that they're either dead, they need to downsize, they're getting too old to keep up with the property. And why did I select these properties for being inside of an HOA? Because I wanted to diversify myself even further into kind of narrowing down my prospect. Because what if they have HOA debt that we can't see, that Deal Machine doesn't pick up, but we know that they live in an HOA. Guess what happens when you live in an HOA, y'all? Man, I hate. If I would have known when I bought my house that it was in an HOA, bro, let me tell you something. I would have ran the other direction, bro. Like legitimately, HOAs suck. They complained about my boat being parked in my driveway, so like it's still there. And they keep trying to put a lien against my house, and I just keep paying the fine because it's cheaper than parking it at a place where I have to pay $1,200 a month to store my boat.
HOA is shit. I called an NOD list. This person was behind going for closure. It was because they defaulted on the HOA fee. That was it, like $150. They had
Oh
no
my
idea
God.
they were getting called crazy. I discovered that. It was crazy.
I get a fee every year for $400 for parking my boat in my driveway. They want me to move the boat because the boat's quote unquote not allowed. And let me be honest with you guys, you know, it's like almost $1,000 a month to have your boat stored in like a professional facility where it's not open to the elements. But I have like a tarp over mine, you know, so it's not like it's exposed, and it's a boat. It's supposed to be exposed to the elements, right? And so yeah, man, it's cheaper for me to pay the HOA fines every month than it is to store my boat at the lake. But that's me, man. It's all good. I hate HOAs, but
That's
I'm
the
gonna
result of
assume.
too many Karens getting together. That's
Oh
way
my
too
God, that
much.
is so true, Heather. That is so true.
$400 is a deal right there. That's a
Right?
deal right there.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
It's
cool.
like thank you for the deal.
Because I feel like I'm not using it right. This could be the cheat code. Who knows? But to me, man, like I would rather store my boat at my crib than trust another building that if I stop paying them for any reason, they take my boat. Nah, fam, that's my boat. I love my boat. It's literally everything to me, okay? I will have them take my son before they take my boat. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love my child. I love my child. Okay, getting back to the business here, all right? My goal was to create like a high probability, high converting lead, right? So, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at? I want to, with this amount of leads, guys, it's only 110 records. With all of these leads, when people over the age of 65, let me tell you something that from a different time, okay? And so like again, I look at the demographic of everything. Like I'm looking at every single angle, and I want to train you guys to look at it at every angle, because if you're not, you can miss an opportunity. You really could, okay? And so like I'm 34. I'm turning 35 in July 20th. That's my birthday this month. Feel free to send me cheap meals and Mexican candies, okay? So like with that being said, your boy's turning 35 this year. I'm like, I feel old. It's crazy. And I know that I have older people in here. I'm sorry, but like being in business makes me feel older. And I've been doing this since my early 20s. So I just, man, I'm getting grays in places that I never thought. I'm starting to have to put hair dye in my beard, bro. I'm fighting it so hard. You know, man, I'm trying to look good. You know what I mean? So like here I am and I'm getting older. I'm seeing it, right? I promise you this. I don't check my mail to save my life. If you send me a letter, I'm sorry, I'm not opening up that mailbox, dog. That's just me, okay? Like I check my mail maybe once every 2 months. Is that bad? For sure. But guys, in my time frame, if you don't like, okay, like all my bills I have on auto pay, and I get emailed everything and text message reminders of when money gets taken out of my account. What do I need to check the mailbox for, bro? It's already in my inbox. It's right here on my computer in front of me. You know, so I don't see any need to just go out there and literally work that much harder to open up my mailbox and pull out a bunch of paper, and then I have to spend all this energy opening it up. It's something that I just don't care to receive. Okay. And so, like, how many? Come on, dude. I can't be alone here. Please don't make me feel lazy right now. There has to be someone
I
here
am the
who doesn't
same
do
way.
that.
My mailman probably hates me. I stack that shit. It's shoved in there. Like when I go get it, it's crumpled up, shoved in there because I won't check it. I don't care. It's
Dude, I
mushy
went
shit
like,
anyway. Just put it in my fireplace. So
yep. I went 8 months without literally seeing my mail, and I had to go to the post office to get it, only
not
because
that
there was a
bad.
check that was in there. Now, I
That's
get checks in the mail. Sometimes people pay rent, you know, so I literally only check it once a month, which is cool, you know. I teach my tenants to deposit it, but some of them just rather send it off through mail, which is cool because it looks good for content and videos, and I like having checks in my hands, you know, like there's something about a check that makes me feel strong, you know. So, anyways, with that being said, like, guys, I don't check my mail. Now, people that are over the age of 65, they do. Anybody who's over the age of 50 that's in this call, they probably check their mail. Okay. And that's the reality of it. It's just a different time. Same with voicemails. Like, I don't listen to voicemails. If you want to get a hold of me, you text me like a normal person. I never listen to my voicemails. As a matter of fact, iPhone realizes this. So, what do they do to adapt? Now, when you get a voicemail, it comes up on this phone as a message so you can read it. That's cool with me. I like doing that way better, right? But we're not all from that same time. Who are my family here that were born in the 80s, right? Who here is born in the 80s? Now, let's put this into example here. One of my favorite movies of all time, Halloween, one, Scream, two, any slasher movie that you can think of. They walk into their home and then they press play on what? What is this machine called? An answering machine, right? And so like they're accustomed most people that are born late 70s, early 80s are accustomed into listening to voicemails because you saw your dad or your parents or your mom click play on an answering machine. So you're listening to them. So then I'm going to target that demographic specifically with ringless voice messages. If you guys don't know what a ringless voice message is, it's very simple. It's a software that will send out missed calls to people. It's cool because it'll ring once, it'll look like a missed call, and then it'll go straight to voicemail. And so when I'm marketing, I filter by the age demographic. Anybody who's over the age of 60 gets a piece of direct mail. Anybody who's between the ages of the mid 40s, early 50s, I'm sending them ringless voice messages. Anybody who's within my demographic between the ages of 20 and the ages of 38, I'm sending text messages. I'm also cold calling. Now, what's cool about this, the universal marketing tactic here has always been phone calls, no matter what. And guys, you know,
What
right now
sorcery are you using that does that?
well, I use my own system. It's called Jarvis, justjarvis.com. I'll put it inside of the chat so that you guys can see it. So like if y'all are watching this video on the recording, I'll drop Just Jarvis into the platform. I have a few people here that uses it. I think Shivani's been using it lately, and Christian's probably piggybacking off of that because they're working together right now in the group. But yeah, you know, we use our own version of Go High Level that I've created for real estate investors. This platform can send RVMs, can send text messages, it has a dialer in it, you can cold call, and it has so many things integrated into it. So like Deal Machine already integrated, PropStream already integrated, and then I just uploaded a bunch of things like there's 24/7 support. There's also literal Michael's using it. Here we go. There's also courses inside of it that anybody can have access to that breaks down how you can use the platform A to Z. Now, to use it, guys, you have to be A2P certified. A2P is essentially a new regulation that the government put on people who are doing outbound marketing via text messages and cold calling. Your LLC has to be registered with the government for you to be able to use the software. It takes a little bit of time, but you know, Michael did it within literally 3 days and he got approved like that. And now he's using the platform. So yeah, he just got his messages set up, as you can see. So guys, I dropped the link for Jarvis inside of the chat. You guys can see it inside the description of this video if you wanted to give it a shot. So the reason why I wanted to go over that in detail was because when I market, my goal is to market effectively based on the age demographic of my seller. And I honor that, you know, and I feel like it's also more mindful and respectful, you know, because I want to hit that target in a way that I feel that I know that I'm capable of hitting the demographic. Now, people that receive voice messages aren't necessarily too far off from individuals who are sending text messages. You know, like, I mean, guys, you know, I grew up in the 90s. I was born on 90, literally 90. And so just to be frank with you guys, I was there when beepers were a thing. I remember my dad had a beeper and that's how he sold crack. You know, I was there when it upgraded and we actually had these big old bulky cell phone things, right? They're about as big as this lens that I'm holding in my hand. And I remember there was a game that was on here that was called Snake, and I would play that like crazy. I mean, I was so good at it. I loved playing Snake. But there was a system that you could use to text on this phone, and it was called the T9. I know I'm speaking to somebody here, bro. Who remembers T9, dog? T9. If I wanted to send a text message, bro, what would that look like? If I wanted to text Christian, I'd have to, this is when acronyms came in, right? I would say WRUD, because that would mean, what are you doing? Right. And so like if I wanted to say, what are you doing? I have to go 11443322299844322. And then some people were so good at it, bro. There's a reason why there were all these ads in the early 2000s, late 90s for people that were like texting and driving. Bro, because we didn't have a keyboard, you know? Nowadays, dude, I can't be on the road without looking to my left or right and seeing people like this while they're riding down the highway. And I'm just like, this is crazy. But yeah, man, like with me, I don't even need to worry about texting like anymore. I can literally just like, boom, turn on my mic. Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to let y'all know that I can text y'all without even using my hands now. So this is my text message and I'm sending it to you. You see my screen? Y'all see that? It's literally typing out what I'm saying as we're speaking. That's technology. That's what's beautiful about this is that we can now send text messages to people without even having to touch our phone. I can literally just command it and say, hey, Siri, send a text message to Jose AW Elite. And now it'll pop up. It'll say, what do you want to text? And then I just voice what I want to say. So yeah, we can text and drive now. It's insane. Thank people like innovators like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, who are constantly looking at ways that we can communicate without killing each other. Great ways. Unfortunately, we all have different opinions when it comes to presidential elections. And let me tell you something about people who support Hillary Clinton and people who support Trump and people who support Kamala and people who support Biden. The internet is filled with a reason for us to hate each other. That's the system trying to separate you, okay? And so today we are gathering in faith that we all have alignment here, that regardless of what political party that we believe in, we support entrepreneurship and business ownership. Okay. So that's what I'm all about. I don't care who's president. They're not going to be in charge of how I make money in my business. So I wanted to go over the demographics of marketing because to me, I felt like it's something that's really slept on in these calls. When anybody I see that teaches these softwares, they don't teach these things. So like, again, with all of these leads here, I'm going to select all of them. We're going to do all 110. And with one click of a button, we're going to reach out to all these senior owners in one specific way. We're going to send direct mail. So guys, let me just do a smaller version of this list. I'm going to select the first 25. So we'll do these 25 lead actions, and then we will, oh, what the hell? I don't know why it's not working. There should be an option for this. Oh, I probably have to put it into a smaller list. No worries. We'll just do, let's say, one lead real quick, just so I can show y'all what this looks like. Oh, wait, boom. Okay, 25 leads. No, I can do all of them. Select all. That's 110. And then click here where it says start mail. So from this, I want to choose my template. I can use a photo of the property. I'm interested in purchasing your property at XYZ. Would take it in any condition. I can close quickly. Sincerely, Quentin Flores, and then my email and number on the thing. And so then from here, I'll just hit continue. It's going to clone all of them with the addresses and property information. It's going to use Google Images and take the front of each individual page. And just like that, for $62, I am starting mail on all of these properties today. So literally at a click of a button, we are sending a mail piece. That's what I love so much about this. This will convert. Now, once I'm here, right, we can go to our mail center and we can see when these letters are going to be scheduled out to be sent. So we have all of these that are in queue. They'll probably be received Monday or Tuesday. Now, once we have the mail queue, right? Once we have all of this good and it starts to get sent out, right now I have all these leads that it's sending direct mail to. It'll inform me via text message, and the app itself will ping me the day that the mail is going to be dropped. And so on that day, I will know that somebody is going to be receiving a mail piece from me, and now we can begin marketing. That's me just kind of kicking it off. I want to kick it off, spend $62 to hit 110 people at once. Sure. And that's going to give me the inbound lead flow. So my phone's going to be available on Monday to receive those calls. So we'll see what it looks like. I can tell you guys that every 1,000 pieces of direct mail that you'll send out, you will receive a minimum of 10 to 20 phone calls inbound, depending on the list. And so again, like it might not be the most favorable number, but you get intent. And that's what's powerful about this. Guys, there's new laws and regulations coming out in regards to cold calling, and it's called end-to-end encryption. It's something like that, where essentially, if somebody were to receive a cold call from you and it was unsolicited, or it was a lead that you bought through something, there could be a chance that you could be fined potentially $10,000 per phone call. And if that number is tied to you and you're continuously making calls, who knows? But this law is scheduled to go into effect on the 27th of January. It is currently pre-enforceable. So that is something I kind of want to introduce to you guys so that you're aware of it. Laws like this have been coming out since the 90s. People still continue to cold call. I think that there's going to be a less, how do I say, like maybe this will get overturned, or there might be something that could be up. It doesn't mean that cold calling is dead. Just make sure that if you're calling people that you're doing it correctly, right? But there's not an correct way to do this. The point is that we're not calling to sell anything. That's the thing. There's nothing illegal about calling Shivani or Lewis or Michael or any of you guys that are here to buy your properties. And I want to make sure that y'all understand that. There is nothing illegal about me calling you to buy your property. Now, it's illegal when you begin soliciting, meaning like, hey, Adolfo, I have this new weight loss regimen. I want to give you an opportunity to come in and take a look at it. It's a new product. It's brand new. It's fresh on the market. I can sell it to you today over the phone for that's soliciting. See what I'm saying? That's not what we're doing. It's not illegal to call someone to buy their property. Just be careful, because some people can sue you for any reason. you know? So just make sure that if you're doing this, that you have the proper things in place to protect you. LLCs are important. They're like a shield in front of you. There's a lot of things that you can do. Just make sure the LLC that you're using to call doesn't have any assets, because those things can get sued, and you could have liens and judgments on your assets if you fail to comply with the settlements or debt or whatever the court's asking of you. And this is a federal thing, okay? This isn't like just somebody incriminating you. This is a federal thing. All right. So just kind of like be careful with it, tread lightly. I can tell you guys, out of the, I think I've made well over 500 million phone calls in my career. It's never happened to me. My friend Charles told me that this is something that happened to him. So he had to pay out a settlement for $10,000 on a property that he had called. There's a lady that's out in Houston, okay, that has like 10 properties that are delinquent on taxes, and she's part of a firm where they let these properties go every year delinquent so that people like you and I can call them. And when we call them, when we ask them we can buy their property, let me tell you something. It's crazy. They'll skip trace the information of where the phone number was located. They'll subpoena the carrier to the phone number. Once Go High Level, call tools, dialers like Batch, XYZ get subpoenaed, they'll give up your info. And now they have direct connection to you. They'll know that you from your company made the call through their system to contact them. And it holds them not liable. So when you sign up for these dialers, you have to sign a contract that holds them non-liable for what it is that they're giving you. It's similar to buying a gun. You know what I'm saying? Is the place who sold me the gun at fault if I take that gun and I shoot Tim? I'm not gonna shoot you, Tim. I love you, dude. But is you know what I'm saying? Like, is the place that I bought the gun from at fault because I bought the gun from them and I used it for what I wanted to use it for? Nope. That's what contracts are for. That's what those, places have to protect them. Call Tools, Batch, they're all doing this now. So if you sign up for these softwares, they're going to make you sign a contract that doesn't hold them liable in the event that you decide to use their software to market to someone who never opted in for your services. And again, like apparently they're trying to stop the PPL companies. It's worth mentioning in this video because I like to educate and get you guys prepared, and I don't want to brush this over like this isn't something that's actually happening. But look it up. It's like some type of cold call act, but it might stop most of these companies from cold calling that are soliciting. We're not soliciting. We're calling to buy. Okay. So just always remember that. That's at the forefront. If they ask you, what are you trying to sell me? Say, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Make sure that you say that in all calls and that they're recorded. And when you say that, you say, well, hey, Mr. Seller, look, it's great to talk to you. So I want to let you know, I'm not trying to sell you anything. This is actually just me. I'm interested in buying your property. You want to make sure that you say that because these calls are getting recorded. Okay. So say that now and make that a part of your script. That should hold you unliable from what it is that we're talking about. Okay. Now let's get into this. All right. Today, what I want to do is I want to make a couple calls while I'm on this to show y'all the flow. I may not be able to make a phone call from this because the dialer doesn't connect to my mic on this. So I'm going to use my handy dandy computer to make these calls. But guys, these are some of the leads that we're looking at. I'll pull them up so that we have them here. And we're going to begin calling from this list together. So let me just pull up my computer and I'm going to be marketing. Today, we just sent out a bunch of direct mail, bro. Like, honestly, I'm excited to see if this list converts for me because you literally never know. But we're going to get down to this together.
Question that related to what you were just saying. Is that okay?
Of course.
So the do not call, if that's like the only number to get a hold of the person, do you push past that or you just like, no?
I do because I'm not calling to sell anything.
Okay.
And you're going to greatly devalue your list if you are not calling the DNC. And I think that this is worthy to mention because I own a data company, guys. So I source and aggregate data from so many different places, right? And I want y'all to know, because from a data standpoint, how this works. Guys, just so that we're all on the same page here, okay? A lot of you guys that sign up for a new phone, I'll give you an example. So I just bought a brand new phone. I got the new iPhone 16 Pro Max. I love it. I feel like the outer box is just extra, but I drop my phone a lot, so I got the box. But let me tell you something, right? When you buy a new phone, you sign paperwork and contracts and they're all digital. Then you just like sign something and boom, now you get the new device, new plan, new financing, whatever it is, right? Anytime you update your phone carrier will automatically put your phone number on the DNC. And you didn't even ask for it. And I know this, and it's been verified. It's confirmed. We get a lot of our information from credit bureaus. I have friends that work for Verizon that are at the top in the sales teams. Any of you guys that has Verizon, AT&T, or Sprint, your phone number is automatically on the DNC. And you didn't even put it on the DNC. So a lot of these guys that are on the DNC don't even fucking know that they're on the DNC. So just want y'all to understand that there's a demographic that's there of people that clearly will put themselves on the DNC. And then there's a demographic of people that have no idea that they're on the DNC. I'm on the freaking DNC. You can call me. I don't care. So just want to reiterate that for everybody from a data ownership standpoint, because I own my own data company. If you guys need any skip tracing, any leads or anything like that, if you're in the community, this is for you guys. I can do all of your skip tracing at 3 cents a record. So if you got outside records that you want to get skip trace, make sure you DM me. It's way more accurate than what you're getting in Deal Machine. Deal Machine is convenience factor skip tracing, okay? It's about 65% accurate. My skip tracing, 90% accurate. I get my information from credit bureaus. We have a contract. Every year I'm spending $100,000 for it. So I want you guys to know that I'm a resource for y'all. If you haven't gotten a hold of somebody and you're trying to find someone, you want a high converting list of people that are actually answering the phone when you get the right person, that's something that's very important. Okay. So, yeah, guys, what's cool about Deal Machine 2, and this is something my friend Michael was talking about, inside of the group, I want y'all to know there are resources for y'all. And just so that, he just reminded me of this, it's worthy to say. If you go to the classroom and you go to Resource Vault, I have all of my cold calling scripts here and also a video on how to nail your first 10 seconds of a cold call. If you click this thing here, you can download all of my scripts in zip file format, and they will literally be here for you to open up. And guys, it's over 150 cold calling scripts. Pick one, you know what I'm saying? And then just open it up and you'll be able to see all of them. So just so that you know, the scripts are here. Have a script in front of you. Deal Machine comes with a script. So if you don't have one, you can literally message Alma and tell her, make this is AI, by the way, make me a script for cold calling this lead. Boom. Certainly. Here's a script for cold calling. Hi, may I speak with Michael? This is Michael. Hi, Michael. You see this? So now there's no point in not knowing what to say because Deal Machine can do this for you. It even has like questions and answers. So the Q&As are a part of this. You can ask Alma for help as you are doing the cold call. We're going to be doing that for the sake of this video. So I'm going to be showing you guys just a couple of calls, and then I'm going to then we're going to land the plane on this session. All right? So I'm pulling up Deal Machine right now. But yeah, I hope that covers what you were talking about, Michael, when it comes to the scripts. These are resources for y'all that are inside of the group. One, and two, you have an AI assistant inside of Deal Machine that can help you with what to say. And there's prompts. There's prompts. You can analyze this property. What kind of investment strategy are you looking for? I want to wholesale this thing.
But Alma comes with a price. It's not the regular price for Deal Machine.
Correct. That is a extra add-on, but still, I mean, it's dope. If you don't have Alma, we all have ChatGPT, and that's free. So we can just do the same thing that we're doing here, utilizing these prompts on ChatGPT. So yeah, help me practice negotiating too. That's another one. Objections. The offer is too low. Response. Objection here. I've received higher offers from other buyers. Response. Objection. I need more time to think about it. Response. Objection. I was expecting to get more equity out of the property. Response. Super dope, y'all. That it's there and it's that convenient. It can keep going too. So like, I want more. Give me more objections. There we go. And it'll keep going. It'll keep going. So guys, don't sleep on the AI feature that's a part of this. Alma's awesome and she's a resource for y'all. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to start making some calls. So the way this works, y'all, to start the list, from here, whatever's in front of you, you can either select all and then begin calling. Once you hit this call button, it'll start calling every single lead in sequence, one by one by one. Now, for some reason, whenever I'm calling and I'm utilizing my streaming setup, it doesn't pick up my microphone. So I'll be calling from my computer for the time being, and then I'll share my screen as we get a call. All right? So let's do this. Leads, open list. Here we are. And then selecting all and then calling. Watch us get a lead. It's loading up the dialer already. It's such a cool thing seeing it. Like the dialer will pop up. You'll get noises like doo, and then it'll begin ringing. And then once the call's over, it'll move on to the next person. And it'll happen in sequence. Okay, let's go. Oh, okay. Damn. Won't let me share. Yeah, this number probably doesn't work. So we'll say disconnected and then we'll move to the next one. It's literally like a few clicks of a button and it'll move to the next one in sequence. It's so dope. It is slow compared to like a dialer, but for this to just be in Deal Machine, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Automated voice message system. 41960222753 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? My name is Quentin. I'm calling in regards to your property here on Crimson Topaz. If you can call me back, I'd really appreciate it. If I don't hear from you in a couple of hours, I'll probably call closer to noon. God bless you. I hope to hear from you soon. You can reach me at this number. My name is Quentin. I'll talk with you shortly. And then moves on to the next. Hi, is this Mrs. Hernandez?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing? I'm calling in regards to your property over here on Amazing Valley. Is that your house?
no, sir.
Whose property does this belong to?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Oh, so are you like renting?
No, I have my house.
Oh, okay. So this is not your property, 14118 Amazing Valley?
No, sir.
Are you like a real estate investor or is this just like a like a oh, weird. I don't know why your name came up in regards to this. Well, I buy houses all over San Antonio. That's why I'm calling. And I was just saying if you had a property for sale.
No, no, I don't have a property. I live in on my house, so I don't have a. I mean, I don't want it to sell it, so.
I
No,
understand. Well, I appreciate you being
no.
kind. Thank you for taking my call. If you know of someone who's interested in selling a property and you put them in contact with me, my name is Quentin, by the way. It's nice to meet you. I could pay out a
Nice
referral
to meet
fee of like 1,500 to 3 grand. So is there any like dilapidated houses around you that you're aware of?
I let you know. Thank you.
Thank you. You take care, Mrs. Hernandez. God bless you.
God bless you. You too, sir. Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye. Even if you don't get a hold of the right person, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just to me I'll still try to create an opportunity out of it. So like my goal with this person was to at least see if they had someone who knew, like see if they knew someone who wanted to sell or if they knew of a property in the area that's like a sore eye of the neighborhood. So give them something anyway, and remember, never ask for something without trying to give. So like I'm not just gonna be like, can you tell me about a property that you know of that might be dilapidated? No, I want you to get compensated for telling me about these things. So this is what I'm offering you. I will give you X amount of money if you can point me in the direction of somebody who wants to sell. And so, leave them with something. Leave them with something that it's tangible. Hi, Mr. Vincent. Vincent? Yes, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, this is Vicente.
Hi, Vincente. How are you doing? My name is Quentin. I'm calling in regards to a property on Dominic Valley. Is that your house? I'm sorry? Oh, damn. Okay, all good. Not interested. Hey, but we got a hold of the right person, right? The main thing here is that we're getting hold of the right people. Again, remember what we do know is that there's 2 mortgages against each individual property. Hi, Mrs. Laura? Hello.
This is Laura. This is her.
Hi, Laura. How are you doing? My name is Quentin. I'm calling in regards to a property on Comanche. I'm trying to see if I can make an offer on this house. Is this your property?
No,
No, it's not your property.
no, we're not interested.
I see. I apologize for the call. Take care. All good. Let's go to the next one. Yo, we are getting a hold of the right people, though.
Sorry, I can't come to the phone. I'm leaving a good message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Bye. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Mrs. Rose. My name is Quentin. I'm calling in regards to your property at Begonia Bond. It's important that you call me back as soon as possible. You can reach me at this phone number. If I don't hear from you within the next couple of hours, I'll call you back. Thank you. Another thing too that I want to highlight is leaving that voicemail. Like I always want to make sure that I'm intentional with the way that I leave voicemails. So I'm consistently always calling with the intention that they're going to receive another call. And I don't want to tell them or ask them, like, I don't want to say, please call me back or call me back again. I will keep pushing so that they know that if they don't answer the phone now, that they're going to have to answer the phone sooner or later because I'm going to keep calling. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Create urgency this way so that they call you back and you want to receive those calls. Now, if they call you through Deal Machine and you have your phone number linked to Deal Machine, what's going to happen is the phone number is going to go, the call is going to get to your phone. So they'll call you to your phone. Okay. So it'll go through the system. The system will then put it into your phone. So for right now, y'all, I will go ahead and I will end the dialer session. So again, guys, like with this, man, it's all about making your calls, right? Now, my goal for everybody that's here, and this is going to be your homework. I want to reiterate on this. How often do you get blocked? It really just depends on the extensiveness of the list and how many phone numbers that you're utilizing to call. I use multiple phone numbers. So like if they do end up blocking my number or labeling it as spam, what's cool about the software is that it'll automatically rotate the phone number and I'll be calling from a different number once that phone number is no longer usable. And that happens a lot, so like we call using multiple phone numbers. I want to make sure that I'm able to address what you guys are doing and really go into depth with what the homework's going to be here. Okay. So I want you guys to utilize what we did on day 1 to build your list today's time with the list that we created, the intention, with all of the foundational pieces that we built. Now that you guys, it's Saturday. I would hope that you guys are available, right? Build your list on the platform. The link for Deal Machine is in the description of this video, and it's also on Zoom calls. If you just scroll up a little bit, you'll be able to see it. You guys get special credits for that. My goal for y'all today is to send out at least a minimum of 25 pieces of direct mail to high converting, niche down quality leads. That's number one. And then for everybody here to make a minimum of 50 sales calls today. My goal for all of you guys is that everybody has someone who says that they want to sell by the end of today. It should not be too difficult to do this, but this is my homework for you guys today. I want to see if I could get somebody who wants to sell, but this is probably going to be a process. We're going to be on this phone call way longer than we need to if I keep cold calling and our call's over in 15 minutes. So I want to open this thing up for the end part of this. You guys saw how I made a couple of calls. I made like talk to a few different people, kind of see my tonality, nothing crazy. Showed you guys some of the resources as well. But with Deal Machine, yes, it's based on your zip code. It'll use that phone number until it's no longer usable, and then it'll rotate and switch. And so, Michael, each phone number is still linked to your phone number that you built on the account. So that's a way for you to continuously get phone calls inwards, even if the phone number goes out of business and somebody calls that number, it'll still go to your phone. It just won't be able to send out calls. It will still be able to receive calls. Okay. So just so that you guys know how that works. For you guys that are in this call, I want to at least spend the last couple of minutes answering any questions that y'all may have. This is the opportunity right now for y'all to pick my brain on stuff. We got literally 13 minutes left. So I want to answer any questions that you guys may have in regards to today's session because we went over a lot.
I have a quick statement. So when I make phone calls, I learned that there's like a psychology thing that if you leave a message but you drop it like at the end of it, but you like leave your name and your number and just intrigue about the property that you're calling about, you're more likely to get a phone call back. Have you ever used that strategy?
I do like it. I still want the phone call that I get back to be intentional. Otherwise, I'll get a phone call back from someone who doesn't want to talk to me.
Sure.
So, like, whenever I leave my voice messages, I try to give as much info as possible. You know, if you were to be like, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know I drove by your property," and then drop, right? The problem with that is you're going to get a person that's going to call you back that's not even interested in your selling. And so, like, I don't want to talk to people that don't want to sell their properties. And so, like, for me, I just try to be intentional at first, letting them know what it is that I'm calling them about. I'm calling you in regards to your property listed on 123 Main Street, right? It's imperative that you call me back because I want to have an important conversation with you in regards to the property, aka me buying it. And then you can even throw out more info if you'd like, you know? So like you could say, I'm interested in making you an offer on this property at 123 Main Street. It's imperative that you call me back as soon as you can. And then boom, you know? So like to me, that's how I would do it. I'm not saying that your tactic is wrong. I just like to give as much information as possible because that's kind of like a filter to verify the leads for them to call me back. See what I'm saying?
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, I get that.
But that's me. That's me. Again, your way is not wrong. But you just be prepared to get a call back from somebody who's just going to tell you to go screw yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate the rebuttal. It's good.
For sure. Anybody else, guys? Come on. Like, y'all got the time.
I got a question, Q.
Yes, sir.
Is I use Mojo, but it seems like it's very like laggy and slow. Not getting a new dialer.
If it's laggy and slow, that's not a Mojo problem. That's a you problem, my friend. So what I would do was I would get my computer and I would hardwire it. So rather than cold calling on Wi-Fi, take your computer and hardwire it to like using a LAN cable or like an Ethernet cable to your router. And then that should eliminate that lag problem. To be honest, once you direct internet connection and you're not relying on Wi-Fi to cold call, your connection ratio is going to be like this every single time. Anybody here is cold calling, make sure that you're using an updated PC or computer because it could be your computer. You see, in cold calling, you have hardware and then you have software, right? And so hardware versus software. Your software can only maximize itself at the capacity of what your hardware is actually set up. So like in my business, I have crazy things that I use, bro. Like my computer that I have here to cold call is like this PC that I have, this laptop, $4,000 PC. It's hardwired into my internet connection. This rig that's here, I use an 8-cat Ethernet cable and it's hardwired into a router that gives off like 1000 Mbps download speed and upload speed. I'm using Google Fiber as well. So like if you're having trouble with connectivity issues with your dialer, make sure that you do a hardware check first before you blame the software. Because then you're just going to be switching from subscription to subscription thinking that it's the software that's the problem when really it's the hardware that you're using that's the problem.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Game, by the way. That is game. Anybody else before I land the plane here, man? Does everybody understand their homework for the weekend? The goal is to make 50 sales calls between today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, let's make some offers on some properties. I'm going to be going underwriting and comping, and then I'm going to announce the winners. So we have anybody else? Because if not, I'm landing the plane. All right, cool. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me today on this weekend. I hope you guys got insight. I'm going to be uploading the recording for day 1 and day 2 within the next 30 minutes. You guys will see that inside of the classroom, and I'll post them to the main page so that those who don't have access to the classroom, that are brand new, that are joining the challenge, can get the same level of value. All right.
I just
So
got one question. Something just popped in my brain.
you're good. You're good.
So deal machine. So I Google voice. Does that give you a number, or do you need to upload your numbers that you already have? Because you said that you rotate a couple different numbers.
Deal Machine automatically rotates for you, and they come with phone numbers already embedded in the software based on the area code of the lead that you're calling.
Oh,
So they have millions of phone numbers already purchased. They'll assign one to your account that is association with the area that you're calling. So if your area code is 361 or 817 or 860 or whatever, it will call that area code from a number that is associated with the area code. Really dope.
nice.
You,
Sweet. Thank you.
I have a question, Q, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the because I got the deal machine, but the dialer, how much did you say the dialer was to add to the deal machine if you got the yearly subscription?
I believe with the year, man, it's part of it. You pay all up front and you get it. I'd have to look though. I don't have
Okay.
that information on hand, but it should be on the
Okay, no
website
worries.
somewhere. Also, bro,
Okay.
support is 24/7 on that platform. So make sure that you guys go ahead and utilize that. For everybody that's here, I want to make sure that all y'all got the link for this in the group chat link. I posted it one more time. That is for Deal Machine. Y'all make sure that you click that and sign up so you can join this challenge, build your list. Today, mark it to your list. Tomorrow, we're going to comp and underwrite properties and hopefully send out a contract. Okay. So I'll see you guys on day 3. Let's get it. I'll see y'all. Y'all take
Hey,
care.
Q,
Have a
one
great
question.
weekend. Yeah. What's up, Johnny?
So I had purchased a annual plan in December, and I was trying to see the replay from yesterday 'cause I missed it, but it's locked. And I was wondering what happened.
So dude, there are people that came in for the free days that are
Uh-huh.
taking advantage of it. So what they did is they did the free day, and for some reason it was a mistake on the accounting department of school, which is what I run the platform out of. Um, if they use the free trial for the annual, it unlocks everything that you guys pay to have. So I'm only locking it for the duration of which people are available. So I'll be posting the replays on the feed so that you can see them. But there are a lot of things in the classroom that people don't have access to. Right now, the only things that I made available for anybody that is there, the goal is that they upgrade to annual. So you have to unlock everything. You have to upgrade to annual. If you're already in the group, just wait until tomorrow is over, and that's when the free trial thing for the next 7 days will end, and I'll unlock everything for everybody. So that's
Oh,
just it's a precaution because I don't want people to just come in, go in, screen record, download everything that all of you guys are paying to have. That's not what I want. I want people to come in that are paying, that have the exclusivity because they're invested, to be separate from the ones that are coming on a free trial. The ones that are on the free trial should not have access to what you guys are investing in. That's just the reality. So that's a special that I'm throwing out just for this challenge. So, them getting in the group, my goal is to convert them to paid. It's part of how I run the coaching program. So just for everybody that's here, that's the premise. So if you're here on a free trial, you won't have access to really anything crazy other than these weekly calls, the challenge, the accountability, and whatever you can find on the newsfeed that's already posted for you. Okay. The classroom isn't fully locked. There are certain things you should have access to. I believe for everybody that's in the group, you have to get to level 4 to see the call recordings. So those are there and those are part of the course material. Just make sure that you engage and then see if you can get to level 4 within your 3 days of being here. It's kind of like you have to comment, post, engage, comment, like everything. There's going to be a lot of spam in the group, but that's how you get to level 4 and unlock the live call recording. So you can go in there and see everything. It would just be impossible for everybody to see all of it within 3 days of free trial. You know what I'm saying? It is a 7-day free trial, but they won't have access to course material. But in 3 days, after this trial thing's over, I will unlock all of the other courses for everybody else that hasn't fully leveled up yet. But that's just a precautionary thing, man. I want everybody who's paying to not be ripped off because I'm giving it out for free for all these other people. So that's my short answer to your long question. All right, guys. I appreciate all of y'all for joining today's call. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing the call at 1 p.m. CST. So let's get it. Like, subscribe, share. Check out any of these other recommended videos. Love you guys so much. Peace out, everybody.